Welcome back, my friends. One more video before I go on vacation. Today, the news is about Virgin Orbit. Virgin Orbit is ceasing operations for the foreseeable future after failing to secure a funding lifeline, CEO Dan Hart told employees during an all-hands meeting Thursday. The company will lay off all but 100 employees, according to audio of the 5 p.m. Eastern Time meeting obtained by CNBC. Shareholders unloaded the stock in extended trading Thursday. What does it mean for the economy? And what does it mean for the future of the United States? But before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. Virgin Orbit is ceasing operations for the foreseeable future after failing to secure a funding lifeline, CEO Dan Hart told employees during an all-hands meeting Thursday afternoon. The company will lay off nearly all of its workforce. Virgin Orbit is a private American company founded by Richard Branson's Virgin Group in 2017. The company specializes in providing launch services for small satellites into low Earth orbit. Unlike traditional rocket launches, Virgin Orbit's system uses a modified Boeing 747 aircraft called Cosmic Girl to carry the rocket, called Launcher 1, to an altitude of about 35,000 feet. Once at this altitude, the rocket is released and ignited, carrying its payload of small satellites into orbit. The Launcher 1 rocket is designed to carry payloads of up to 300 kilograms and can be launched from a variety of locations, including airports and mobile launch sites. Virgin Orbit's system is intended to provide a cost-effective and flexible alternative to traditional rocket launches, particularly for small satellite operators who may not have the resources to launch their payloads using larger, more expensive rockets. Virgin Orbit has already successfully launched several missions for a range of customers, including government agencies and private companies. The company was expected to continue expanding its launch capabilities and services in the coming years. But not anymore. Today, Virgin Orbit ceased operations and laid off practically every employee. Unfortunately, we've not been able to secure the funding to provide a clear path for this company, Hart said, according to audio of the 5 p.m. Eastern Time meeting obtained by CNBC. We have no choice but to implement immediate, dramatic and extremely painful changes, Hart said, audibly choking up on the call. He added this would be, probably the hardest all-hands that we've ever done in my life. The company will eliminate all but 100 positions, amounting to about 90% of the workforce, Hart said, noting the layoffs will affect every team and department. In a securities filing, the company said the layoffs constituted 675 positions, or approximately 85%. This company, this team, all of you, mean a hell of a lot to me. And I have not, and will not, stop supporting you, whether you're here on the journey or if you're elsewhere, Hart said. Virgin Orbit will provide a severance package for every departing employee, Hart said, with a cash payment, extension of benefits, and support in finding a new position. With a direct pipeline set up with sister company Virgin Galactic for hiring. Sign up here to receive weekly editions of CNBC's Investing in Space newsletter. Hart has been giving the company's employees brief daily updates since Monday, when Virgin Orbit delayed a scheduled all-hands meeting at the last minute. Late-stage deal talks had fallen through with a pair of investors over the weekend, but Hart told staff on Monday that very dynamic investment discussions were continuing. Those investor discussions continued this week, with Hart earlier saying leadership would share any updates as quickly and transparently as we can, noting that leaking emails is against company policy, according to copies of Hart's emails from Tuesday and Wednesday obtained by CNBC. The company this week has been steadily bringing back more of its employees from the operational pause and furlough it began on March 15. It initially resumed some work with a small team a week later. Amid the broader pause, Virgin Orbit has been working to finish its investigation into the mid-flight failure of its previous launch, as well as finish preparations on its next rocket. Shareholders unloaded the stock in extended trading Thursday, with shares selling off more than 40% after the announcement. Virgin Orbit stock closed at 34 cents a share at the end of the regular session, having fallen 82% since the beginning of the year. A Virgin Orbit representative did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The private space industry has grown rapidly in recent years, with numerous companies vying for a share of the market. Here are some of the major players in the private space industry. 1. SpaceX. Founded by Elon Musk in 2002, SpaceX is one of the most well-known and successful private space companies. 1. It has developed the Falcon 9 rocket in the Dragon spacecraft, and has carried out numerous missions to resupply the International Space Station, ISS. 1. SpaceX is also developing the Starship, a reusable spacecraft intended for human spaceflight and missions to Mars. 2. Blue Origin. Founded by Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos in 2000, Blue Origin is focused on developing reusable rockets and spacecraft for human spaceflight. 2. The company has developed the new Shepard suborbital spacecraft, which has flown several successful test flights, and is also working on the new Glenn, a heavy lift rocket intended for orbital launches. 3. Virgin Galactic. Founded by Richard Branson's Virgin Group in 2004, Virgin Galactic is focused on commercial space tourism. 3. The company has developed the SpaceShipTwo spacecraft, which is designed to carry passengers on suborbital flights to the edge of space. 4. Boeing and Lockheed Martin. These two aerospace giants have partnered to form United Launch Alliance, ULA, which provides launch services for both government and commercial customers. 4. ULA has developed the Atlas V and Delta IV rockets, which are used to launch a variety of payloads into space. 5. Northrop Grumman. Another major aerospace company, Northrop Grumman is involved in the development of the Antares rocket, which is used to resupply the ISS, as well as the Pegasus rocket, which is used to launch small payloads into space. 6. Rocket Lab. Founded in 2006, Rocket Lab is a New Zealand-based company that specializes in launching small payloads into space using its Electron rocket. 6. The company has developed a unique launch system that allows for frequent and flexible launches from a variety of locations. These are just a few of the many companies involved in the private space industry. As the industry continues to grow and evolve, we can expect to see new players emerge and existing players expand their capabilities and services. Layoffs have hit the tech industry hard. The situation with tech layoffs can vary depending on the company and the industry they operate in. In general, the tech industry has not been immune to the economic downturn caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and some companies have had to lay off employees in response to the financial challenges they are facing. For example, in 2020, companies such as Airbnb, Uber, and Lyft announced significant layoffs due to a decrease in demand for their services during the pandemic. Other companies, such as WeWork and Magic Leap, also announced layoffs as they struggled to stay afloat. However, it's worth noting that not all tech companies have been negatively impacted by the pandemic. In fact, some tech companies have seen increased demand for their products and services as more people work and learn from home. For example, companies such as Zoom, Microsoft, and Amazon have seen strong growth in their businesses during the pandemic. Overall, the situation with tech layoffs is complex and can vary depending on the company and the industry they operate in. While some companies have had to make difficult decisions in response to the pandemic, others have been able to weather the storm or even thrive in the current environment. Employers are worried about an impending recession. If you follow this channel, you already know that many tech companies have already announced layoffs. Fortunately, everything is not doom and gloom for Lyft. For example, top-line revenues rose for the past year. But given their weak guidance, revenues could have peaked, at least temporarily. Total revenue exceeded pre-pandemic revenue for the first time. It is fair to say that Q3 earnings were weak or weakening in most companies, aside from oil companies. This year, it is clear that Wall Street analysts are valuing profitability over prospective growth. As a result, unprofitable tech companies' shares are getting punished. It seems that the day of reckoning for tech unicorns has arrived. And all companies are forced to either be profitable, find a merge partner, or die. The window for initial public offerings is effectively closed. That is why some Wall Street investment bankers are predicting a wave of tech mergers later this year. If you follow this channel, you already know the economic narrative of the day. Inflation is raging in most parts of the world. Central banks are aggressively raising interest rates in order to tame inflation. Consumers' budgets are getting tighter because of having to spend more on gas and food. So, consumer discretionary spending is weakening. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.